Coach's thoughts on the day, just overall view of the doubleheader, and then we'll open up for questions.
Well, just as far as the whole day, game 1 and 2, I mean, what can you say? The pitching just, held them down, gave us an opportunity to win a couple of games. First game, obviously, we only scored 1 or 2 runs, and it ended up being enough. So, great job by Casey just coming out and working both sides of the plate. And when you pitch on a day like this, when the wind's blowing out like that, as a pitcher, you just have to kind of be fearless. And I thought that's what he was. He just said, hey, I'm going to do what I do. And if you hit it and it blows out or you hit it out, you do it. And, he got into the 7th inning and hadn't given up a walk, hadn't given up a hit, and then kind of hung that breaking ball. And he hadn't thrown a lot of pitches, but, our thing is once they got that hit or a runner on, we were going to bring in Cronin because that's the way we've been doing it, and it's worked, and that's what we did. And then Matt came in and did a nice job, finished that up. Game 2, obviously kind of the same formula, really. Just try to get 4 or 5 out of your starter. And if we had to go to a middle guy, we would have. And then, but we ended up just going to Matt in the 6th. And he pitched extremely well, threw a lot of strikes, made him swing the bat, and got his second save of the day. Obviously the big hitter of the day was Carson Shaddy. I think he drove in 3 or 4 runs today and hit a couple of home runs. Defense was solid all day. Made all the plays except one. You know which one I'm talking about, the pop-up that we surrounded it, but nobody caught it. And then Fletcher made just a tremendous play in center that kept him from scoring 2 runs. So, again, defense, picked us up right there.
Cronin, when he comes in for you guys, it's not just that he's saving games. He's not really allowing a lot of base runners. I mean, what have you thought about this stretch that he's had over the last probably 6 or so appearances?
Well, what he does, he just attacks you with a fastball that's both sides of the plate, up, in, down, and he just moves it around. He can locate it. And now we're starting to use his breaking ball a little bit more. We're showing it. We've actually tried to finish a couple of hitters with it. He just hasn't really allowed people to get on. When we brought him in with runners on, he seems to get out of the jam. And, when we've let him start an inning, it just seems like not too many guys get on base on him, and he attacks you.
A guy getting 2 saves in one day, you don't see that real often.
Well, I think that's probably the most you can get. Yeah. So you don't see it a whole lot. But yeah, that was a great job for him, and always nervous as a coach bringing somebody back a second time, even though he only threw 12 or 13 pitches the first game. It's 3 hours later, but he kept himself loose and ready to go, and the sign would be that he wasn't throwing strikes, and we would have got him. But he came in there just, pounding the strike zone, and it looked like his first time of the day.
Phil Campbell's back as far as his arm and everything.
Yeah, and today he didn't try to throw the ball, overthrow it. I don't know if the scoreboard, radar gun's always right, but I think he topped out about 92 on the board, but a lot of 88 to 91s, and he threw a cutter and a changeup and a curveball. Just mixed it up, kept him off balance a little bit, and when they did hit it hard, they hit it at us. They probably hit him hard 3 or 4 times, and so I hope he's back. I think he'll keep climbing. Obviously, if we could get three guys to give us decent starts on the weekend when our offense kicks it back into gear. And I knew this was going to happen a little bit. We were swinging it so well that we've slowed down a little bit, but we'll get it back. And then, talked to the pitchers about that a few weeks ago. They were scoring a lot of runs, but one day it's going to be up to you guys. And we're not going to score runs, and we're going to need you to keep people down. And they did a great job doing that this weekend. When you look at it, they gave up 3 runs in 3 games.
Shaddy pretty well hit his way out of the 9-hole now.
Well, yeah, and I guess some other guys, were struggling a little bit, and I just thought needed to get him in there and back him up. And, I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks, but we've been winning. We won 5 or 6 in a row there, and then we lost on Thursday night. So, and he's still swinging it better than most. So I thought, yeah, now's the time to do it.
We asked you after the game the other night, your first loss in an SC opener, how'd you bounce back? I guess obviously you bounced back pretty well.
Well, it's really important for us to come back and win this series, and we knew we couldn't do that without winning game one today. We had a team breakfast at 8 a.m. Got them up early, got them here. They had a great attitude, and both teams had to play in that wind and that temperature out there, and I was proud of them.
Jack's at this plate has kind of struggled lately. Is it something that's in his mind, or is it what the pitchers are doing to him?
Probably a little bit of both. When you think about it, today, he lined out 2 times today. He smoked that ball to right field, his second or third at bat today, and he'll be fine. I think every hitter goes through it. You just hope when you're not swinging it real well that you can drop one in here or there, get a swinging bunt or a flare, and he hasn't gotten any of those, and it's frustrated him a lot. But it's hard to say. Just he's pulling off a little bit, but I think he made some adjustments today and actually had some pretty good at-bats.
Coach, you talked about this a little bit, but Casey Murphy almost had a perfect game. Just how big was he, and how good that was to have him have a good game for you guys today? Well,
it was really, the perfect game. Those are few and far between. You have to be good. You have to be a little lucky. I thought he was really good today. We knew he had to play 2 games, and he's throwing the game 1. So for him to go out and get us into the 5th, 6th, 7th inning, knowing that we got another game, to us that was big mentally. I would have loved to have seen him finish that 7th inning and nobody reach base, but he gave us everything he had, and we didn't want to press our luck there.
At 10-5, midway through the conference, you feel pretty good where you are.
Yeah, that's a good spot to be. Especially this year, with as good as the league is. You just feel like everybody's going to kind of beat each other up a little bit, or if you have a bad weekend, find a way to win one, and you get a chance to sweep somebody, get that sweep, and for us to bounce back and get to 10-5. After losing a couple series on the road, it was big.
Anything else?